If you are a life coach and you have not made your first $1,000 online, listen very closely because I will be covering the fundamental things that most coaches do and you are most likely doing right now that is sabotaging your effort to actually make your first $1,000 online. And these are the things that I wished that I knew in the past. I've been in the game for more than 7 years. Just until recently, I cracked the code. And it enabled me to create a completely new offer and in 30 days actually close a high-ticket client. And this is a disclaimer that this is not my first rodeo with sales, with offer creation, with niche selection. This has come through years spent failing and testing, reading tons of books, going to courses, having mentors, all of that. But my intention with this live stream is to make sure that you don't waste your time on mentors that don't deliver, on courses that are shit, on books that just waste your time and only upsell you. And my intention is, of course, that you feel that I am giving you so much value for free that hopefully we work together. And that is full transparency. Now, I've written down the points I want to cover. That's because I want to save you time. Save your time and energy, because most just do fluff. They just ramble about stupid things that don't really matter. That is my full intention, to give you so much value for free that you question life. And if you think that something sucks, just call me out. I want to improve. I want to become a diamond. Not to be like everybody else who gives BS. I got multiple points I want to cover, and if there is something that you feel is missing, that you're struggling with and you need some answers to, make sure to comment down below or just reach out to me. I'm always open to help in any shape or form I can do. Alrighty, so as a life coach, you want to help people. This is a profession that so many think is easy to do, like quick buck. It's so easy to get in and close people, but no. Entrepreneurship in general requires that we are stepping up. It's not like a traditional 9-to-5 job where you just can come there, work your hours and get home. No, it's a completely different ball game. We have to make sure that we are leveling up in every single area of our life. Our energy, how do we feel? We have to dial in our exercise, our eating habits, our sleep schedules, our relationships. We have to make sure that we are feeling good internally, because everything else is a reflection of how we feel. And we will keep this fully practical. And this is business. In the end, we want to make money. Without money, there is no business. It's just a hobby. It's not a real business. A business doesn't work if you don't work. And I don't mean in the sense that you're taking action and actively bringing in money, but more so how we are as individuals. The feeling part. Are we healthy? Or are we just postponing how we are inside? If we are sick, we are not able to show up. We are not able to help people. And that's selfish. So let's go to the next one. As entrepreneurs, we want to be in the game of naturally attracting the right people. We want to make sure our vibe attracts our tribe. That means we don't want to fake a persona. We want to have a business that is revolved around being somebody else. For me, I'm an introvert, even if I seem very extroverted. I can't hold on to being someone else for a very long time. I will feel fake. I will feel like an imposter, and people will sense that. And they will not want to join my program. There are people out there who don't give a shit. They can easily impersonate somebody else just to make money. Like telling you that they have the results that you want, but they're just bullshitting. We don't want to get into that place. And you being on this call, either live or watching it as a replay, you actually care about helping people. But the only thing is the money part. Like, we have to make sure that we are bridging the gap from just being a hobby coach to actually getting paid. And we don't want to play the game of convincing. Never! Like, who we help, what we are offering, and all of that, to shablam. We don't want to convince anybody to work with us. That is super exhausting, and especially if you have tried and failed for years, you will give up. The equation, the formula of this doesn't make sense. If you have already tried and failed for so long, and you thinking that I need to be a certain person, and then convincing that what you have is good. No. In the next points, I will help you exactly how to make sure that your position so good that your target audience are willing to pay you high ticket and see the value that you're offering and see you as an authority, that you're credible in what you do. And I'll even, as a bonus, I will give you how to be seen as credible, even if you haven't worked with clients yet and you don't feel confident. Yes, so hopefully you will stay through this life. That is my full intention, that you get as much value as possible, because I've been burned in the past with different coaching programs and all of that. Promise too much and deliver too little. Okay, so no convincing now. And we already covered this point in the beginning, but I want to go deeper on this point, because how we see ourselves dictates the results we get. Even if people see us as professional, if that's who you want to be seen as, but internally you feel like shit, you feel fake and all of that, you will show up sporadically because you're just faking it, and you already know that faking doesn't lead to consistency. Otherwise you would have chosen a niche and offer and stuck with it, but you know that you have changed it like 100 times. I've been there. So we have to become super clear about our future selves. Not who we have been for the past decade or two, but who we actually are if we unmask ourselves and stop the bullshit stories that is keeping us from soaring up the sky and becoming successful. We have to identify exactly the type of person that has the type of life that I want to have. How do we have to think? How do we have to show up? What kind of habits do we have? What kind of thoughts? How do they feel? Who do they hang around with? How does their environment look like? Everything. And we could easily go into the metaphysical here, but I will save that for a future event. And if the interest is there, I would love to talk about that. So who do we want to become? Who is our future self that already has the life that we want? And then we just have to simply align the vision to the person. and do that. And lovingly call ourselves out when we are not doing the things that we should do, but postponing. For example, I used to be a personal trainer, and the biggest struggle was diet, not exercising, believe it or not, but diet. Most of the people come to the gym and think they just have to do stuff. Like, I need an exercise plan and diet plan, and just follow through. But just think about New Year's resolutions. They are committed for 2 weeks. And you know what happens. They stop after 2 weeks. The reason for that is they don't see themselves as the person who actually can have that life. On some level, they don't see themselves as the type of person who can live that life. They feel fake. Even if everyday thoughts seem that, of course, I want to make money as a coach. Of course, I want to get in shape. We are self-sabotaging. We have behaviors that is ingrained in the back of our heads. We are not aware of those. Effing ourselves up. We don't even realize it. And we have to start with the identity. The person I want to be. Meaning, not somebody else, but the person I actually am. You are inherently successful. Just look at kids. When I look at my daughter, I see someone who is not programmed with a fixed mentality, like, oh, I can't do this, I cannot do that. No, she is stubborn. She wants to explore. She's curious. I learn so much from her. I relearn my old behaviors, and I get inspired by how she shows up. As entrepreneurs, we are basically going back to our inner selves, like inner child. We are becoming children again. Relearning. Becoming curious. How can I improve this? What can I do differently? Thinking outside of the box instead of being in the box and thinking that's life. And if you have watched Truman Show, similar to that, you have lived in this space for too long and you think that this is life until you realize, wait a second, this is not real life. And we have to escape that. Now, on to the next point. And if anything resonated with you and you found it super valuable, just comment a bell to make sure that you and others can get some value. Be honest here. Are you reading too many books? I have a bookshelf. I read a lot of books. Are you watching too many YouTube videos? Have you taken on too many courses to count on your fingers? Do I have to say anything? Like, you feel super productive reading ton of books, watching YouTube videos. You're still exactly in the same spot as you were last year. The reason is you don't take action on things that you read. You don't take action on the course that you have enrolled in. Nothing matters if you don't implement. And usually those sources are a waste of time. They don't cover everything. It's just a snippet, and they only want you to get the tip of the iceberg and don't feed you enough so that you can be successful. They just want to make sure you see their value and that they want to enroll you in your program. And I'm going to be fully transparent here. I want you to join my program, but I will give you everything for free. We are focusing on the higher level stuff, like one-on-one connection, helping you level up as a coach. Not like the surface level stuff like niche clarity, offer creation, positioning, and all of that. When we jump on a call, I want to make sure that we are ready to run. We are sprinting, we are taking the Lamborghini and just going to Middle Earth. So, more implementation. You don't need much more. Like, how much do you need to read? You don't. And of course, I understand if you feel that you're not confident enough. It's okay, it's completely natural. The problem with reading too much is that you will get overwhelmed. You will think that I just need one piece and then I'm ready to get started. Then I'm ready to onboard clients. Then I'm ready to go all in on my business. That time will never come. Me and Liv, my beautiful business partner, we spent the last 5 years waiting for that missing puzzle piece. It never came. The missing puzzle piece is doing before thinking. I'm not saying to take stupid decisions. I'm simply meaning that you give your thoughts a try to see, okay, I have this hypothesis and let's see what the result will be. Not just taking action on what, saying yes to everything, but not taking too long from idea to implementation. We have to bridge the gap and shorten the time frame. Otherwise we get overwhelmed and then we procrastinate. You get paralyzed by too much information. Like, people who are successful, they just take action before they're even ready. They're taking the leap. And the less time you go from reading, ideation and all of that to taking action, the less stressful it will be. You're trying too hard. And you see people out there who are not smarter than you, who are not coming from most successful families, and still they're making money, and you're not. So it has not to do with the background. To some extent, yes, but you still have to be able to see the opportunities and take action on those. Cheers. And if anything lands, type a bell, and if you have any questions, make sure to write them also. Super awesome. And the more action you take, the more fun it will be, because you're building momentum. If you're thinking, what will people think of me if I make a mess, look like a fool? The truth is, you don't know. You might look like a fool and you might not. But that's the beauty of online coaching and entrepreneurship. We're showing up as ourselves in real life too. Not everyone will click with you. No. With online business, you're just more seen by others. Not everyone will like you. But nobody, not everyone likes me, and I'm okay with that. That is a big thing we need to be okay with. For example, I'm super interested in Lord of the Rings, as you can see here, if it's not already clear. I want to connect with people who are on the same level as me. I like to talk about that. The more you are yourself, the more you are giving others permission to be themselves too. Life becomes so much more fun, and a big weight is dropped from your shoulders. You don't have to convince anybody. If we vibe and you feel that I have the results that you want, let's have a conversation. Like, we don't have to call it a sales call. I don't have to convince you what I do. We just vibe. This is what I'm offering, and I can help you or not. Let's see. But we are making this too difficult. We are being too hard on ourselves, thinking that we need to have everything perfect before we even start. Like, I've gotten more results now than many years in total. That's crazy. Next point here, I will put my phone over here so it looks more professional. Okay, let me see here. Beautiful. I need to check my microphone because I've done a mistake in the past where it just shuts off. Okay, so let's go more specific here with your niche and offer and all of that. Now, if you're afraid to niche down, I give you permission to be more niched. Only if you want to make money. If you are unsure exactly who you want to help, then choose the things you're passionate about. Think about Ikigai, like what you're passionate about, what you're good at, what people want, and what you can sell, and connect those. But to not overcomplicate this process, just have things that you're interested in. For example, me, I love talking about Lord of the Rings. I love to talk about human behavior habits, psychology, and the metaphysical. I like to talk about online coaching, offer creation, and high performance. For example, I work as a personal trainer. I mentioned that earlier on this call. So pick the things that excite you, because we want to build a coaching business that is giving you energy. You're working full time with something that you don't really like. We don't want to build another prison. You can absolutely niche down later on. But if you know somewhat what you want to do, go deeper and understand the person you want to serve. If you are, for example, in the fitness space, what I see most people do is they are very generic. You're sounding like everybody else. And the problem with that is you are not standing out. Be more specific. You don't have a name. You're not Tony Robbins. So you can't just say, I help people get in shape. For example, you can target middle-aged women who want to lose 25 pounds in 3 months. That's a specific example. Simplicity is the king or queen, whatever you prefer. Energy is everything, and if you're happy and you feel happy, clap your hands. Don't judge me. I have a toddler, so we are listening a lot on children's songs. Clap your hands, wheels around the bus, or what it's called, I don't know. The next point I want to cover is that you're not married to your niche or offer. Honestly, like, pick something. Don't confuse your audience. Like, if you're changing all the time, you will stay stuck and you will not make money. Like, these past years I've changed like 100 times. Not really, but I've changed a lot of times, and I've confused my audience, and it resulted in that people stopped caring what I had to share, and that's the sad truth. Just pick something. I beg you, pick something. If it's uncomfortable, then good. And if you need help, you can reach out to me on the DMs and I will help you out. Or just comment down here and I will help you out. Like, who do you help? What do you help them solve? The big problem they have. And how do you do that? And then I can absolutely help you refine that in the comments. You don't have to pay me for that. But if you want to jump on a call, let's have a conversation. And I will, of course, help you. Like, why shouldn't I? Full transparency. I want to help you. If you win, I win. Because you will be happy And hopefully you will say to other people that you're happy because this guy on the internet who is healthily obsessed with Lord of the Rings helped you make money. If you ever refer me, say that Lord of the Rings guy. That is me. This is a big problem that I used to do, is that I talked a lot about the things my program solves, the features, but the target audience, the person you want to help, your ideal client, they only care about the end goal. Is it highly desirable for them? Like, they want a transformation. They don't give a hoot about the steps. Not in detail, at least. They don't care exactly the features. Like, no, only if it makes sense. For example, if they ask you, okay, so if we work together, how long will the program be? What is expected of me? Or more commonly, how does it look? You don't go into super detail like, oh, we will have this, I will give you ChatGPT prompts, I will give you a complete workout plan that you will track every Friday. You lost me. More simple. Be clear and use their language so that they feel understood. I'm sighing because I can feel how frustrating it was. Had vision how I behaved in the past. I wanted it to sound so fancy, complicated and all of that, because I thought that all this jargon is important, but if you're clear and explain it like you would have explained to a kid, you're not making them like, you're not telling them that they're stupid. No, people want to save time. Like, explain to me, like, easy as possible. What do you solve? What do you do? I don't need all of this. Just say exactly. If we work together for 3 months, we have 3 big pillars that we need to cover. We have to dial in your exercise plan, and then we have to make sure that we are building systems so that you can sustain your lifestyle so it's effortless for you. And then thirdly, we will make sure that we are becoming the type of person that attracts high-level women, like 10 of 10s. Just a wild example. Doesn't need to go into full detail. Alrighty, so if anything lands with you, comment a bell. I love to do these lives, actually. I want to share as much value as possible. Like things that I've been through that held me back. So I'm not saying what you should do, but rather this is what I have done, and I wish that I stopped doing things that sabotaged my success. But lessons, like, I'm more appreciative. Some people get everything handed, but the thing is, can they sustain that? And yeah, so when you understand exactly who you want to serve, what problem you want to solve, and you know that they actually want that, not what you think they need, are you marketing to the right audience? Because we might think that our offer sucks. In truth, there could be 2 problems. Either we are not putting in enough traffic, or we are speaking to the wrong audience. Super important. Some people call this product to market fit. Are they seeing the problem? Are they in that position where they feel like I need to solve this now? So it doesn't matter if they are super rich or not. Like, I think that is so freaking stupid. Alex Hormozi and those guys are telling you, don't target poor people, only the super rich. It depends on what offer you have. For example, I invested more than $35,000 into mentorship. And when I was in that position, I was nowhere near being rich or middle class. I was a blue collar and 23 years old. Now I'm 27 this March. And I was able to invest because I had the pain and I felt the urgency. Like, I don't want to struggle anymore. I want to build a business because I want to have freedom. I don't want to be working until retirement, doing things that I hate, working for someone who doesn't value me. I want to travel the world. I want to build a family and actually have the freedom to live on my own terms and build a legacy. And I knew that that life will never be possible if I work a 9 to 5. So yeah, that's the truth. If I was able to invest that much, like, your ideal clients will. And sometimes you don't know if you're new, not in terms that you have never done this before, but rather you have tried and failed for a very long time and you have not seen any results despite having a good offer and thinking that you have a good target audience. This is a big problem. You are speaking to the wrong audience. Sometimes you just have to test and then refine with time. Another way is to see what people that are successful in your niche are already doing and then modeling that into yours. But also realizing that if the person sees the problem you're solving as something they want to remove from their life, it could be a pain, or they want something to go towards and they see it as urgent, they will invest. If the pain or dream outcome is not highly desirable, they will not invest. So test out, implement, and refine, and you will see with time that it will be easier. But as marketing statements go, we have to be clear, otherwise we will not stand out, because we have people like Alex Hormozi, Tony Robbins, individuals out there who are crushing it. We need to stand out, otherwise it will be 100 times more harder on us. And you're not married with your niche and offer. You can change with time. If you're marketing, you're speaking to the problems your ideal audience have, and once in your program, you give them what they need. So you can talk about Lord of the Rings, breath work, and all of that. So you're just masking your offer with what they want, and then you give them what they need in your program. Because if you're just confusing them, like having fancy words like transmuting your energy into unlimited energy, what does that mean? You're focused on too many things. You help one person with one problem that is highly desirable and it's something they want. They see the urgency in solving it right now, not later, and also how you're helping them. And a big disclaimer, I'm not a guru. You are a business owner, you are a coach. I'm just giving you as much lessons from my life as possible so that you don't make my mistakes. Because the world needs more people like you transforming lives. And if you're not making money, you will give up, and I don't want you to give up. There were so many times I wanted to give up. But thanks to Liv, I've pushed through. If you are alone, there are communities out there that will hold you to a higher standard. Even if you're feeling low, we will help you. Even if you're living in an environment where people are very fixed in their mindset, limited, thinking this is who I am, this is how life is, you can't make a lot of money and all of that, then reach out to me or Liv, or type in the comments, and we can absolutely invite you to our community that is completely for free, and it's for life coaches like you, so that you can hang around with us. We can talk about everything basically. So there is no pressure to join, but if you feel alone, connect. Let's see the next point here. And if you're liking this so far, please let me know in the comments here, because I want to keep doing these. And if you're joining the call, just say hello and I will say hello. Now, focusing on quick bucks than building a relationship that could lead to referrals and deeper relationship. So that basically is a story of mine where in the past I was so focused on making money online. I was so sick and tired of hustling, recreating my offer niche, rewriting everything, changing the sales page, tweaking my message, positioning, creating content, and all of that. Frustration. And not seeing the results that I want. So when I eventually jumped on sales calls, I hurried the calls because I had a free version of Zoom. I saw that it said 5 minutes left of the call. And I felt like I need to close. So instead of having a no pressure situation where we're just hanging out, I'm here to listen to you, to understand your situation, to understand what I can help you with, anything. Instead, I looked at the clock and thought, I need to close this person. Now, this is someone who used to be super engaged with my content, super awesome individual. But I was so focused on making a quick buck instead of realizing that this person could have potentially become someone who could have referred to others. Like, this is a person who has helped me, and here's his link. Referrals are valuable. It spreads. That's the goal, to be as valuable as possible, to build up that goodwill so that others see you as someone who is giving. And that builds up the momentum that will eventually make it easier to make money online. We want to impact as many lives as possible in a positive way and also make a living with it. Don't chase the quick buck. Focus on building relationships, network. Show that you actually care. Because in the end, if you give enough, they will then reach out to you and say, how can we work together? I need you to get paid. There are some people who are like that. If you are giving a lot, then they feel the need to repay you. It's just ingrained in us. If we help someone out, they feel the need to repay you in some way. But if we are just selling without building up goodwill, then you're destroying your reputation. Nobody likes to be around those kinds of people who are just selling. When you are creating content, when you are talking with people, focus on the relationship, network. Don't have the attitude of, oh, this is someone I will sell to, I will make money. You want to make money, but you will make exponentially more if you focus on connecting. They might know somebody who is willing to invest a lot of money in you, and is awesome to work with. Okay, so next point here, and hopefully you are with me. I've not read books in a long time because Now it's implementation time. Everything in life ebbs and flows, comes in seasons. I've read a lot of books, I know a lot already, now it's to take action. And you also learn more by taking action. You learn more about how you can improve your offer, who your ideal clients are, what you actually like to do, and all of that. You learn by doing. The more you do, the easier everything gets. The more we postpone, the more it gets harder. And yeah, we have slightly covered this point, but not understanding who you're talking to and confusing the audience. Do you understand the language that they use? Do you understand the kind of content they resonate with? If we get to know them on a deeper level, they will feel that you understand them. You're not just speaking in generic terms. You're hitting points where they feel it's just secret. More specifically, thoughts they have that they don't tell anybody else. Fears they have that they keep to themselves, that keeps them up at night. Dreams they have. If we use terms that resonate with them, sentences that they use frequently, it will feel like you are mind reading. That's the goal. To such a level that it's almost creepy. And that is super powerful. The more you show up, the more you talk to people, the easier it will be to understand what words to use. This is not manipulation. You are actually giving a crap about the people you want to serve. You're getting to know them, and if you're not speaking their words, they will not give you the time of day to listen to you. If they don't do that, you will not help anybody. Reframe from manipulation to actually giving a crap. People like to hear their names, and they like to feel understood and seen. So 3 things. This is persuasion. We have to use the power we have. So the words we use, how we say the words. So articulation, to speak clearly and simple, like 4th to 6th grade level. No jargon, like we are not in high-tech positions corporate. And even in those positions, if they are your target audience, they want to save time. Like, tell me exactly what you are talking about. Don't talk about jargon. Vaynerchuk, you probably know his name. He has a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook, I think. Don't quote me on that. Basically means you give and don't expect anything in return. You're building up the goodwill because you don't want to be like everybody else who give and expect something in return and F up their reputation. We want to be a person who actually gives stuff of true value for free. Stuff that feels that it should have been paid. That's my intention with this. That this should feel like it should have been paid. And if it doesn't feel like it, I failed my mission. And I want you to call me out. There are so many things out there that should not be paid. So give as much as possible so that the person feels that this stuff should be paid. And that also makes them curious as a bonus. If you give this for free, I wonder what he or she has in their pay pro. Think about that. And also, when you're networking, also a super big point, network. I used to be a lone wolf. I thought I just need to reach out. I need to make money. No time for talking with people. In business, it's not what you do. It's who you know. You can be connected with people you wouldn't have had access without somebody in your circle. Talk with people, give immense value, and don't expect anything in return. People are smart. If someone reached out to you, you could instantly sense if they are full of shit or actually somebody who is authentic. You come a long way when you're authentic. Be yourself, and the right people will come to your life. Life feels much easier when you don't try too hard. I'm showing up as myself, and if you don't vibe with it, then so be it. The right people will come to you, and you will be thankful that you stuck with being yourself. We just have to improve the behaviors that we have that are not serving us, to doing a complete audit. Are we showing up as the best version of ourselves? If we are not, what do we have to do? But if you feel that this is difficult, think about what are all of the things I need to do to F up my life. Or if I keep doing the things I do right now, how will my life look like in 12 months? Another exercise. The next thing, and last thing before I end this call today, is trying too hard and relying too much on ChatGPT. You have probably seen these things, but you might have been also the person who has done this, where you use too much ChatGPT to write your content, to write scripts for YouTube, to write comments to people. It comes off as you're trying too much, you're not being yourself, and honestly, would you buy from yourself? Would you invest? Especially high ticket. Low ticket, I don't believe anybody would have paid even low ticket if they are aware of ChatGPT. And they should be aware by now. Like, embark on a journey. Like, who hasn't heard that like a million times right now? It's fine to use ChatGPT. I have tons of prompts that I can give you for free if you want to, where it basically structures your ideas. Brainstorm your content ideas and all of that. Be original, and then let it help you structure points in a better way. But don't let it do the whole full thing. Don't expect it to be ready so that you can copy and paste. It doesn't work like that. The reach on those content is limited. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all of that is restricting the reach it has. But not only that, even if people are seeing your stuff, they will feel that you are not putting in the effort. And if we put in the effort, usually it comes back in good ways. So, for example, Mr. Beast. He puts in a lot of effort in his videos. And the stakes are high. He spends 24 hours doing something. And we are super curious, we want to know. I've read hundreds of books. I've highlighted and I've studied them for years. And I've distilled into a top 10 list of the absolute best books a coach needs to read to make money this year, to make their first $1,000 online and beyond. And I will give it out for free. Wouldn't you say that's valuable? If you're someone who doesn't want to waste time reading tons of books to find the absolute best books, then that's valuable. Now, if you want my top 10 list for free, just comment down below or DM me books in big letters, and I will send you the document with my top 10 list. Super valuable if you want to make money as an online coach. If you like this format, please let me know, because I love live streaming. It was a long time since I did this last time, because I was locked out of my Facebook because I thought it was a smart idea to turn off my authenticator thingy because I wanted to jump between devices, and then it just logged off. I wasn't able to use it for more than 8 months. So yeah, don't put your eggs in one basket. Make sure that you as a coach have different streams of income here, or traffic sources rather, and yeah, build an email list. So not going to go too far here, but I will cover that in the future. If you want the collection top 10 books book list, comment down below or DM me with. See you soon. Peace, love, positivity. Let's crush it.